My neighbor Vincenzo Calderon taught me how to garden. He lived beside me in Toronto's Little Italy for 20 years. He had come to Canada in 1952 with his wife, Maria, and raised 4 children. In Italy, Signor Calderon had worked a small farm. But it wasn't until he retired from the Toronto Transit Commission that he could once again tend the earth. When the snows melt, the gardens of Little Italy lie like plowed-up fields, in miniature. Crocuses and daffodils mark the spring, as cafe patrons emerge to enjoy their first cappuccinos al fresco.
Yeah, that's right, Jackson. You're a good actor. That's good, Jackson.
In the suburbs of Toronto where I grew up, almost no one gardened. Perhaps the neighborhood's second-generation Canadians thought that gardening was too old-fashioned. Despite my inexperience, when I moved downtown to Little Italy, I wanted to give gardening a try. I discovered that my garden has its problems. The soil is clay. It's so hard you need a jackhammer to dig down more than a few inches. My cherry tree sends up nasty suckers and casts too much shade. I have to weed aggressive patches of lemon balm. Signor Calderon always did what he could to help me. Each spring, he'd climb up a ladder to help trim my grapevine. I don't really understand the connection between Queen Victoria, fireworks, and gardening. But over the May 24th long weekend, the gardeners of Little Italy commemorate the monarch's birthday with a fury of planting. Early Monday, I take an exploratory walk around my neighborhood. On Bellwoods Avenue, not far from St. Francis of Assisi Church, I come upon Maria Del Gatto working in the morning light.
This is called, in Italian dialect, pizzuco, just to make the hole to plant. My father made 40 years ago. And I'm so happy to use it.
Meanwhile, north of Maria's, in a tiny garden tucked behind Harvard Street, Mario and Katerina Supa are planting flowers and their favorite herbs and vegetables.
Okay. Movimento a fila. Hai movimento a fila, Karen. Okay.
I like a plant, you know, because in Italia piantiamo troppo di questi. La mamma mia avevamo tante farme, big farme, zappare alla farma, zappare alla terra, tomati, peperoni, patate, tutto.
It seems that gardening can bring husbands and wives together. On Clinton Street, closer to home, I find Vito and Rosa Vetro also working as a team.
Not my job.
We are going fig tree for the last 45 years. And those plants we take care and they never died. I put them on the ground in November and I take them out in the middle of April.
And now the fig started to come. Coming two times a year.
Not all of Little Italy's gardeners are Italian. The neighborhood is also home to many immigrants from Portugal. On Manning Avenue, I watch Umberto de Mello sowing immaculate rows of onions, tomatoes, peppers, and fava beans.
Where are you going?
That's onions, huh? This year. That's enchilada. It's come from Portugal, my country.
Did you bring it from Portugal?
Yeah. I bring this enchilada 30 years ago. In my country, I work every day. One enchilada more big, 4 times more big this. We work hard in my country.
At day's end, I stroll along Dundas Street. In a large garden that sides onto Trinity Bellwoods Park, Antonio Becco turns over the soil for his friend Maria da Silva.
I live on Beaconsfield. I love to garden. And I do this for my pleasure, helping that lady. She is a widow. She is a very nice lady. She is 14 years older than me. And I come in for my pleasure. My wife, she loves me to do that too. That type of onions, it is the little sprouts. We don't buy the little plant. We buy the little onions. We plant them, and then they start growing. These onions, they never grow bigger than that, but they are like flat and very, very sweet. I love to eat onions, which I grow. Now, I am really tired. I need a dinner.
Just after sunset, as Tony Becco is retiring for the night, Sarah Kresha is still planting tomatoes grown from her own seeds.
You come in not a time, come in nice tomato.
In June, my garden beckons me to step outside. I find that when I'm working in my garden, the hours slip by unnoticed. I used to grow vegetables like Senior Calderon, but now I've switched to perennial flowers. My favorite flower garden in the neighborhood is cared for by Alexandra Holiday. She's the next door neighbor of Umberto de Mello over on Manning Avenue.
I every day when we have in April, I do every day in the garden. I have to pick up some branches and some, after the winter, you can have some money, like the rooms for the flower. Soon the soil is not freezing, I put the seeds and I never put in a pot. I have to look down, though they have birds come in and eat it, because that time they don't have nothing green in the garden. Yes, I'm happy because in the summer lots of things you can see. We work by the flowers, see a lot of people. In the winter you have a bore.
In June, roses perfume the air. The rose is the queen of flowers in Little Italy. The sacred flower of Venus, the Roman goddess of love, that also came to symbolize the Virgin Mary, queen of heaven and earth. Here on Beatrice Street, a woman named Rosa Bernardinelli tends the best rose garden in the neighborhood.
Every year for Mother's Day, I bought my mother roses.
La primavera le deve putare e dopo le deve pulire, gli deve dare acqua, un po' deve fumare, insomma c'è troppo lavoro, perché le rose sono come le bambine, le deve nutrire, le deve pulire.
Come over here. How about you want to go on your slide? No. Wave Karen from here. Okay, together.
Right across the street from Rosa's, I discover Kathy Bidini, still caring for a garden planted by her paternal grandmother.
This house was actually my Nona and Nono's house. And my father grew up here, and he was actually born in the bedroom upstairs in this house. So there's lots of memories, not only in the house, but also in the garden. And we've tried to preserve some of the flowers and vegetables that were here back in the days when my Nona was planting. Good job. And put it in.
No, don't. I can say the middleman.
And the neighborhood is a fabulous neighborhood. And especially when this time of the year comes around, because everyone helps everyone out in terms of planting and so on. My neighbor next door grows tomatoes from a seed, and he gives me those throughout the summer, as well as his grapes from his grapevine. And everyone in the neighborhood sort of trades flowers and vegetables and things that they grow off their land. And the whole street sort of comes alive.
Midsummer, I check out how my neighbors' gardens are growing.
Good morning.
I meet up with Tony Becco over on Dundas Street.
This summer has been alright and the weather is helping. We have like beautiful beans already. We have cucumbers. The tomatoes come and start to ripe in about a week or so. Everything is growing good. I'm very happy this year with the garden. What is bothering me this year is the squirrels. They smash some tomatoes, the cabbage, because they come into the plum tree. I'm going to open up this to see if the plum's still here, because I placed that bag over to avoid the squirrels don't get them. Look at that. Hey! They are very, very nice. They don't get them.
Over on Harvard Street, Mario and Katerina Supa are having less luck with the squirrels.
Every day come and can pick up the brooms, the squire. Every day. Every morning I can pick up on the floor too. Every morning I can pick up lots in the floor. Because the squire I come here can eat 2, 3 every morning, every day. Come over here.
Despite the squirrels, the Supas have managed to grow fragrant basil and plentiful beans.
È poco poco, ma è buono, è buono.
As Katerina harvests her crop, Michael, her grown son who lives at home, comes outside.
I like my garden that we have in our backyard. We have a lot of variety of things here. And the most part I like is the grapes and the plums, but my parents like the tomatoes a lot and the onions and basilico and stuff like that. But I don't like working in the garden too well.
I like it just to look.
Yeah, I like it to look.
I don't like work.
On another summer's morning, I check on Grace Street gardener Sarah Kresha.
Falla, sì. Look. See? Beautiful.
You know, there's different ways to conquer the world. You can do it through war, or you can do it through pizza and the tomato. And this is a Little Italy tomato garden. And this is slowly taken over all of Toronto. And my little mother happened to be right. We thought she was really mean when we were young. She didn't give us a place to play. She planted these damn things everywhere. And of course now, they're really nice in a salad. How do I say? It's Italian gold. Pomodoro. The apple of gold.
Hey, porta calor telefono, porta.
Perhaps the best tomato garden in Little Italy is grown by Bruno and Maria Tassone. They live just north of me on Clinton Street. There, on the west side of the street, the gardens are more than double the average size.
I have a place here to look better the yard, nice, to make a tomato, pepperoni, beans, everything. That's it to help all my family.
lot of work, lots of work. Every morning, gotta 5 o'clock, do that, beans, put the post for the tomato, put the post for the beans, because my husband feel bad, do everything.
I born to Italy, and I come from Italy, you know, south of Italy. Catanzaro. The people coming here because they need to come to work, to have a work. All the people like that. The Italian people and the Portuguese people, I gotta say the truth, you make a belliment to Toronto. Lots.
Yeah,
Before, you know, have nothing.
that's right.
When we go Eglinton, that's bush.
Yeah.
When we come in, farm,
Yeah.
everything. Now, opere, birder, Portuguese, Italian. That time I was young too. And no sore my back, and no sore my arm, and no sore nothing. I'm very strong at that time. I work at the construction, the winter time. See, I'm not scared by cold. I'm not scared by warm, nothing. I work all the time.
You don't need to have a plot of earth to have a wonderful garden in Little Italy. Over on Claremont Avenue, Verissimo Araujo tends a virtual Eden on his garage roof.
Dat doet barriga. Ik neem maar de barriga. Kijk. Okay.
Along with more commonplace fruits and veggies, Verissimo grows precious as gold, saffron. If you look closely among Little Italy's grape and tomato vines, you'll find a number of remarkable gardens grown by immigrants from Asia. On Euclid Avenue, Li Tong Tang gives me a personal tour of her garden.
We're planting this one is a Chinese vegetable. We call as a Chinese jak guai. You used to cook as a soup, or you can steam inside with the meat, and all different types. And they also have another one and across the street from the other side. It's not the same as this one. This one, when you take this one, it's not too cold because it's a medium. Like when your body is like too much or spicy, too much burning or something, you take this, it takes a clear away, not too much burning inside your body. This vegetable is we call mint vegetable, and you use to cook as a soup, and it tastes so good, delicious. If you have time, you should try it. Các bác ạ, ý đã phải chui lại bù, ý hỏi là lò bù chui lại, okay? Chị gai em gai, bà cho em gai. Chị gai em gai. This one is you know the canh chai này ta. Celery, you know the one you eat in Canadian, the big green one, the celery. This is Chinese we call huang sui. This one is you can eat as raw too and cook too. This one here is a different plant of vegetarian. Vegetable you can cook as a soup with meat, and this one when you eat them it help your eye to see better and more bright.
Che posso fare? Non lo so. Se ascolto il mio cuore, io non so che l'amore può vivere perché lo so che tu mi pensi.
No matter how long I live in Little Italy, I'm still startled by its contrasts. That just a stone's throw from trendy College Street, you can come upon a quiet, secret, fertile world.
Okay. Come on. Look at that. Look at that. Oh boy, look. Oh. Look at Mr. Holiday. Mr. Holiday. Holiday, yeah? Are you Mr. Holiday? Huh?
By late summer, the tomato plants of my old neighbor, Senor Calderon, had grown over his head. August is harvest season in Little Italy. On a sunny morning, I come upon Vito and Rosa Vetro enjoying fresh figs from their trees.
Oh, this is good. Come on, girl.
Not far from the Vetros on Manning Avenue, Alexandra Holiday is making pickles from just picked cucumbers.
Take me back. Oh. It takes 3 days has to stay in a warm, and then you can put in the fridge.
Back closer to home again, my neighbor Maria Fagetti is grilling succulent red peppers.
When you want, take off the skin and you slice, and then you put the garlic, extra virgin olive and salt. Now it's ready to eat.
Today make pomodoro, basilico, acqua marina, bollite, fresche. Sì, com'è bello, lo basilico. Sì, com'è bello. Basilico e pomodoro. 5 minuti finish. Yeah.
In late summer, the heady perfume of crushed grapes fills the air. In backyards, basements, and garages, my neighbors are making wine.
I come from St. Michael's Island, San Miguel. 50 years ago, 40 years ago, we used to make back home with a big thing, big tank, and you put the grapes inside, and it goes inside with the foot, and you smash all the grapes. Then have to take him to the press, not the press like that, it's another tank with a rope. We tie them up and squeeze him all the grapes.
Very nice.
Even after all the fruits and vegetables have been picked, Little Italy is still blooming with flowers. On Montrose Avenue, a garden filled with impatience bears its owner's signature touch.
Good morning. I am Joe Kurua, which means Joe Crown, and I like very much my name. I decide to make a logo in my garden, which everybody asking, oh, what's that? In the center, I explain to everybody is my logo. Everybody likes. I'm proud of my name. Thank you.
North of Joe Kuroa's crown, in an alley tucked behind Clinton Street, a meadow of cosmos graces Petra Burka's townhouse.
This garden started with my sister living in a tiny house just about a block away from here. And a friend of hers had given her some cosmos seeds and she planted a few in her garden. When she moved from there and bought this property and built these two beautiful townhouses that are a stunning shade of pink, she actually scattered a few of the cosmos seeds into this portion of the garden. And out of it came a number of beautiful cosmos last year, and I just love the color of the green and the pinks. And this is what it's developed into, and I plan to scatter more seeds for next season so that it's just a sea of green and pink.
Summer's end, I head over to Dundas Street to celebrate the season, dining al fresco with Tony Becco, his wife Maria, and garden proprietor Maria de Silva.
Epa.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, how are you?
Fine.
Fine, good. See. Nice tomato, nice plant and everything. So nice.
Water.
Roll over.
Os filhos viram lá na televisão e já conhecem.
After summer's Mediterranean heat, fall's arrival to Little Italy seems anomalous. In fall, there's still work to be done in the garden. On a chilly morning, I find my neighbor Vito Vetro burying his Italian fig trees to protect them from the Canadian winter snows.
Okay. Now clean. That's it.
I don't like these leaves. No way. That's for me look mess everywhere. No, I like clean good. I like the snow come. I pray for come tonight. For everything come white. Clean good.
Fa fotografia?
Sì, ci fa fotografia neve.
Hello, mamma.
È bella la neve. È giovane.
Ok, grazie, grazie.
All winter long, I would look out my kitchen window and see Senor Calderon raking the snow. Though I never asked him why, this winter, you just might find me in my own backyard, rake in hand.